Good Lord.
Oh, Your Majesty.
Yeah. What is going on?
Do not know.
I did not welcome you here.
The developing empathy for another person is inherent in the work of taking that character on. And that's why it's so important for this particular project to take on a person who you don't agree with, because otherwise you're not given that challenge and that opportunity. Really, it's an opportunity if you let it be.
Different cultures, ideas, religions, diversity will only enrich a nation. It doesn't matter who they were, but who they might become. In order to not be judgmental, you have to find something. You have to find something that you, in some reason, can understand. You don't have to relate to it, but you need to understand, and not only understand here, because acting is all of this, so you will have to understand here.
After all that has happened, I still believe we were all made by the same great spirit, Chief. The earth is the mother to all people, and all people should have equal rights upon it. Everyone should be treated the same way.
It's stepping into someone else's shoes, and it may be a situation that, or circumstance that you've never been in. So to put yourself in those shoes and do your research and get as close into those shoes as possible, you could relate to them, and it's like a whole world, a whole different world opens up for you.
Exactly my point. They came and destroyed what you had. Took land that was rightfully yours with no respect for your rights. I will not allow this in my country.
But the interesting thing with interacting with Emma and Chief Joseph was that I more agree personally with them, except with Chief Joseph. I was kind of, when I learned more about him, I kind of felt like, oh, why weren't you more angry? Like, he should have been more angry. He had a right to be really angry, and he was so peaceful and so giving and forgiving.
Weird enough, I mean, there was a sentence that we had written for Queen Elizabeth that made me think, like, yeah, actually, she's right, Which was quite terrible, but it was like, yeah, actually, that is a good question, me as Leah, and then I had to come up with a good answer as Emma because she had a whole different point of view. So I really had to think of that, and that made me understand both sides.
As a character, to be in a room with two other characters that have completely different points of view, but the dialogue shows that they are taking each other in, they are listening to one another, and they're having a discussion rather than a heated argument of, well, I'm right and you're wrong. That was very interesting, liberating, and it was almost like a breath of fresh air.